What's up, fans of the Morgan Thomas Show? It's our Friday check-in, and I wanted to discuss with you a little bit about the offensive line. Starting next year or into the preseason camp, you've got Jackson Carman, Matt Bockhorst, Cade Stewart, Will Putnam, or Blake Vinson at right guard, and then Jordan McFadden at right tackle. I put a post on Twitter asking you who you thought was the new offensive lineman you were looking forward to the most, and the winner of that was Jordan McFadden. Obviously a guy who I feel like could have been starting. A lot of people feel like could have been starting already if it wasn't because he was behind Jackson Carman. But he's still redshirt sophomore looking to get his reps in at right tackle now. One thing that I did notice as I was looking through, there's a lot of freshmen on this offensive line depth chart in the second string and third string. I wanted to get the guys' reaction on that and if they were worried about it or what their thoughts were, and then what specific freshmen are they looking forward to the most.
So yeah, like Morgan said, Clemson's going to be dependent on a lot of freshmen for depth on the offensive line, and it's kind of it's a difficult way to make a living in college football, really. I mean, Clemson is recruiting well on the offensive line, but they're not recruiting a lot of five-star kind of ready-made guys. Even for five-star guys, I mean, the system's kind of hard to learn, getting your weight right and learning the technique and that sort of thing. So it's a tough deal, and yeah, I'd say it's a major concern going into the season, especially if one of the starters were to go down and there's a lot of shuffling that has to take place. Look, I think you got to be excited about what Walker Parks brings to the table. He's definitely the guy that I'm looking forward to the most, and I would say he's probably the guy most people are looking forward to. I mean, he's kind of a Mitch Hyatt clone. Everybody thought he was, he's about the same height and weight as Mitch was coming out of high school. He's got a really nasty streak in him, which I think is something that Mitch lacked, especially in college. So I think we're going to really like this Walker Parks guy, whether he ends up playing right tackle, whether he ends up playing left tackle. I think he's more suited for left tackle, but hey, the other guys like T.O. and Mitchell May should be fun as well.
So to answer Morgan's first question, I'm not as worried as I've been in the past. For Clemson, in years past, the recruiting classes for Clemson may have one or two 4 or 5 star players that would be an impact, such as a Mitch Hyatt or a Jackson Carman or somebody down the line that would be an immediate impact person. I feel like out of the last couple classes, you've seen an elite jump to our offensive line talent. You're going to continue to see that in recruiting classes down the road. Especially this year, I think is the first major jump that Clemson's made in their offensive line recruiting consistency across the board, which gets me excited to see what we can do. And I hope that a lot of them get to play early on. That leads me to the one that I'm most excited about is Paul T.O. I'm excited that this kid, he's super athletic. He's got the measurables that you want to see out of an elite offensive lineman. I think he's going to be great, and I think he's got the best chance out of everybody. And that's not saying much, considering I think all 5 are going to play really early this upcoming year. But I think that Paul T.O. could see game 1 action depending on how camp shakes out. So I'm just really excited for everybody and super excited for this offensive line.